Left Field, the brewery of short cans but tall can prices. Woohoo! Beer, 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 beer. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski. Hello everybody, welcome back to me, Mate Brewski, from the Roosky Brewski review. And today the beer that I have for you guys is from the Left Field Brewery out in Toronto, Ontario. The place that does short cans but charges tall can prices. I'm not a big fan of that, but you know what? Is what it is, I guess. We have O'Neill. I'm going with O'Neill Stout. 100% Canadian Stout. 4.5% alcohol by volume. No listed IBUs on the short maroon looking can. Any IBUs on the website? None that I see. Any IBUs on Untappd? Yes. 45 IBUs. It's a stout and it's promoting because it's made with 100% Canadian ingredients. I would assume that's what it says on the website. It doesn't say on the can, funny enough. Just as 100% Canadian stout. That can be taken in many different ways, so you're never quite sure. But thankfully, they do clarify that on the website. Anyway, let's crack this bad boy open. Let's see what we got. Samuel Smith. Pint to pint glass. Pour this up. I'm not gonna pour too much because it is a short can. So I got some video games to play. And well, here it is. It's a dark to medium dark brown stout. It's not black. It's not that dark. Funny enough, as far as stouts go. You could even pass this off as like a red ale or even a brown ale, funny enough. Light brown head on top. Very beautiful looking. Clear beer. Let's dive in on the nose. But it do be smelling stouty. Mostly. Not too roasty. Yeah, not super roasty. But a nice little bit of like a metallic-y undertone, which is fine. It can come across as like oatmeal sometimes. A little biscuit. Brown sugars, touch of molasses. A little bit of like a semi-sweet chocolate. Brown bread. Not toasted. Light, little bit of roastiness. No coffee. Maybe like a hint of vanilla. But not too much. Smells more akin to a brown ale because there is that also touch of nuttiness to it. Not super dark as most stouts are on camera. Doesn't do it justice, but in person it's fairly light. Definitely more of an amber, not an amber, but like a reddish, brownish hue in the light. Let's dive in. Pretty bland. Pretty damn bland. Metallic-y, a little bit of ironiness to it. No roastiness, no toastiness. Faint nuttiness at best. No chocolate. Again, faint little roastiness on the lingering, but not much. Again, that was only one sip, so let's see what else goes on. Cheers, everybody. Let's keep on drinking. Slight nuttiness coming through now. But not that flavorful. There's a lot of different stouts out there, and yeah, some are under the 5% mark. Think of your Irish dry stouts. Those pack a good amount of flavor into them. Lot of change, a lot of diversity of flavors. This is a letdown. Super clean. Nice crispiness to it. 100%. Moderate body. Moderate heavy body. Slight bit of nuttiness. Little bit of roastiness. More roasty on the lingering flavors. But that's really all you're getting. You're not really getting many of the chocolates or the coffees or the molasses or biscuitiness you would get in a proper stout. Now, does this encompass what you can brew for what kind of stout you can brew with all Canadian malts and ingredients in general? No, I don't think so. I think you can probably get a bit better than this. But this is pretty underwhelming. This is a perfect stout for somebody that doesn't like stouts. I wouldn't even call this a stout. It's not super dark. I'd call this a brown ale. Call it a brown ale or like a roasty red. You could go with a roasty red, but a stout, not a chance. Not a chance. O'Neill from Left Field Brewery, 100% Canadian stout, 4.5% ABV, 45 IBUs according to Untapped. We have ballpark pairings of bone-in smoked beef short rib. Could go with that. Clam chowder, never had it. And a bread bowl. Ooh, fancy. Ingredients are water, malted barley, flaked oats, roasted barley, hops, and yeast. On the bottom for a date code, something, 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 2021. Cool. Website, leftfieldbrewery.ca. Go to the shop side and you will find O'Neill. Bigger, longer description which reads, made with 100% Canadian ingredients, O'Neill's Stout is a tribute to Canada's Babe Ruth and the first ever winner of the Triple Crown. A base of Barn Owl from Ontario, pale ale malt provides a lightly toasted malt background, while Red Shred from Alberta, roasted barley provides flavors of rich chocolate, freshly brewed coffee, or remaining light and refreshing with a balanced bitterness. Rich chocolate. When you hear rich chocolate, you think, well, rich chocolate. I'm getting like no chocolate. A little bit of roastiness. Freshly brewed coffee, not a chance. Not a chance. Light and refreshing, yeah, with a balanced bitterness, yes. But chocolate and coffee, you're going to be searching high and low for that on the flavor palette. According to Untapped, this has been given a 3.67 bottle caps out of 5, and that's up to 765 reviews. As for the price, it's $3 a can for a short can, 355 ml, 12 ounce. $3 for this. Yeah, if you can't tell from the tone of my voice and my face, go find something better to spend your money on. This. Yeah, it's a light and refreshing stout, but stouts aren't supposed to be light and refreshing or crisp. At least in my mind. They're supposed to be big, roasty, bold. They should have just made this like a black lager. To be honest, should have just made it a black lager, made it a bit darker, to done with it. This, in my humble opinion, is not a stout. Not a stout at all. Anyway, choosing the final sip. Well, let's get ready to drink and wrap this up. Look, O'Neill, Left Field Brewery. The flavors aren't bad. The flavors are not bad. It's not a bad beer in general if you're just saying it's a dark beer. No, it's not bad. But when you put the name Stout on this particular brew, and it doesn't look or come across as a stout, well, you're kind of missing the whole point of a stout. It's bland. It's forgettable. It's not fun. It's not a fun stout. So, if you're looking for a stout, but not a full-blown stout, this is definitely right up your alley, 100%. But if you're looking for a solid, bold, rich stout, even at a lower ABV, you're not going to find it here. Overall, O'Neill, just because you're saying it's a stout, but it doesn't come across as one in really any sense of the manner, 3.2 out of 10 for me. That's it. It's that's my only gripe. You shouldn't have named it a stout. If you didn't name it a stout, or just named it like a brown ale or something, or anything else, I would have been totally cool with it. But don't tell me it's a stout and not deliver on a goddamn stout. Anyway, that's it for me. Before I leave you guys, if you have any comments, questions, or beers you want to review in the future, you can leave all that information down in the comment box below. If you want to go and like this video or subscribe to me, Mate Brewski, it'd be greatly appreciated as well. And with all that said, that's going to do it for me, Mate Brewski, and like I always say, crack a beer and enjoy. Cheers.